Good morning and welcome to this episode of Random Guy number 6. Today we're going to be pulling out this old shower, pulling out this old tub, installing a whole new shower system, but today, right now, is destruction day. Now that we have the walls all opened up, it's time to get rid of everything that's no longer needed. Now, these old pipes were for the tub, so we're just gonna cut these off and cap it. And then down here where the drain is, we have, basically we need to dig this all out, go down as far as I can and basically cap that off. Then we can seal this up. I can slap some drywall over this, slap some drywall on this wall behind me, and we can get to actually figuring out where the new plumbing and everything is going to go. Now this is the tool I'm going to be using to cut these pipes. It's just a very simple pipe cutter. All you need to do is put it on there, kind of screw it down, spin it around, give it a little tighten, keep doing the same thing, just giving it a little tighten each time. This will give you a really nice clean cut on these old copper pipes. And when you're through, you're through. Nice perfect cut. Once you get through, you want to make sure you clean up these edges a little bit. Kind of give yourself a good, nice, clean copper pipe to work with. Make sure there's no burrs or anything on it. Now basically I've got one of these quick connect caps, and because I'm using a copper pipe, there's this little plastic insert in here. Now this is only for using PEX. It gives the PEX tubing rigidity. So for this purpose, we can just grab some needle nose and pull it out, because it's not needed at all. Yeah, once that's clean, you've got that out, literally just push it on and you're done. This is the unit we're going to install on the wall. It has an out on the bottom, an out on the top, and a hot and a cold in. I'm going to go ahead and install all of my pieces here to this before I get it on the wall, because it's just going to be easier to deal with. So the first thing we got to do is put on some thread tape on all the ends. Now in this instance, I am putting PEX in these, so I'm leaving all of these inside. There we go. Now we have all our connections on here, and I can mount this thing to the wall. finished installing all the new plumbing yesterday, and I let it sit overnight to make sure there's no leaks, so now it's time to grab some drywall and close up these walls and move on to the next step. Now that I've got the main part of the plumbing all installed, the drywall is up on the exterior walls, I need to place the pan in here and figure out the actual drain system that we're going to put in. Because obviously this hole is not going to line up with the new hole, and the pan is bigger than the tile here. So I'm going to need to cut this out and get everything figured out down in this area. So I have the drain in position correctly. Now it's time to pour some concrete in there and get this thing all solid. The drywall is up, the middle wall is built, the corner round is on. It's time to put some tape, some mud, some texture, and mask everything off so I don't make an absolutely huge mess. Texturing is all done, the sanding is all done. The next thing we gotta do is throw some primer on it and get a couple coats of actual paint on this thing. Now that the shower pan is all installed, it's time to work on the wall panels and the door frame. So the walls are installed, the frame is all installed, the caulk is all dry, so the last thing I need to do is to install the actual glass doors and install the shelves, install the shower heads, and at least the shower portion of this will be done, and then we'll move on to the tile. So today we have run into a hiccup in our little operation. Now the original plan was to put some tiles that they had in storage that still matched the floor tile back in place of the stuff that we ripped out, but we had a serious issue. So somehow one of these tiles got pushed down way below where it needed to be, which means these tiles are no longer an option. So we need to install a completely new flooring over the top of this floor, which is fine. It's probably gonna end up looking a lot better and a lot newer anyways, but it wasn't the original plan. So I'm gonna start ripping off some baseboard. I'm gonna pull out the toilet and get ready to put a new floor in this thing. So now that I've got all of the trim off, the toilet is out, I'm almost ready to start installing the flooring, but I do need to take care of this tile that is inset too low now. I mean, it's 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch lower on this one edge. So I've got some concrete. Basically, it's like a self-leveling concrete. I'm gonna mix them up, slap it in here so I have a nice level surface to put the new flooring on. Now that I have the floor leveled, the next thing I did was to actually separate each of the planks by pattern. So I opened up all the boxes and spread everything out. And as you can see, you have a lot more of some and a lot few of others. So when you have a large open area like this, and you have all of the lines, running this way, you don't have one similar here next to one similar here, or one similar here stacked on top of the other one. You can kind of plan ahead and space everything out. So the only thing I have left to do is start cutting these up and laying them down. Now that the floor is down, it's time to put the trim on, do some caulking, paint the trim, do some painting and touch-ups on the walls, and we'll be getting close to finishing this real soon. So we can call this bathroom remodel 100% complete. The faucets are in, the new linen closet is fully put together and installed, the shower's in, the flooring is in. So I'm gonna pack up my tools and head to the next state soon. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.